What is going on? We back at it again with some more Beyond Dragon Ball Super RP girl. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't here for a long time, but a good time. You know what I mean? Taking this loss personally, man, to heart. Why it couldn't be Jogo? You know what I'm saying? Why he couldn't be the first one to go? You feel me? Why it couldn't be baby girl? Why it couldn't be baby girl, man? Why? Why? Oh man, but anyway. Yeah, but we learned these niggas about the demon realm shit. Them niggas sorry in the motherfucker, bro. Them niggas sorry. Like why them suffering like using their technique to get, you know, get their power amp from the demon realm. Them niggas are sorry. Oh my god, bro, niggas got folded. And then the shit with the vortex that still has not been explained. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that was. I thought that was Vegeta or some shit, but I guess not. I don't know what that was. Could that have been? Like who? Like who? The Grand Priest? Nah, but he locked up. Is there no sleep? Like, I don't know who that could be. Anyway. But anywho, yeah. And we pulled up the Can't Save the Day, but he brought the cube with him too though, so that's kind of bad on the cool. And they're gonna pull up and snatch that bitch, so yeah. But anyway, hit the video up with a like, man, comment down below and subscribe. Roll to 3K. Not subscribe, man. For you on Patreon, Twitch, and the gaming channel, link in the description down below. Got the Alex, got a 42 milli type beat. Without further ado, I dive on in.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of the inevitable destruction of the Dark Master Gira, courtesy by the hands of our heroes and having to come up with a enough plan in cornering Gira before she was destroyed, our heroes now seemingly in full control with only one elite demon left, with Beast Gohan being shown to face him, was when Beast Gohan then went on to quickly respond. Whoa, don't go crawling back in cowardice now after everything
what
you had said to me out here, demon, because
stand 10 toes.
if you had even went and done your research on us here within the 7th, that we weren't going to go and be pushed around, nor are we going to be beaten that easily in a battle here against you, Gohan says.
That's what I'm saying.
Since you can't seem but need to want to learn the hard way, then the hard way you will ultimately end up learning, Gohan continues, since we tend to play
handle your business, Gohan. Handle your business.
Play by in order for us to go and call things evenly out here against you, and because of this, you should go and come to terms with the fact that this struggle that you had went and tried to wage here against us is over for you. As Goku then went on to respond, good going on having to go and destroy that Dark Master before she was given the chance to flee, Lord Beerus. And since we can now understand on what exactly it is that we are going to have to go and try to do to bring these Dark Masters and their elite demons down, we should continue to incorporate the same strategy that we just used against
nigga, go hide that cube.
And if we simply hope to go and stay in the clear and not having either of us fall to one of them during this battle, with Beerus being shown having to then respond, well, so as long as neither one of you Saiyans ends up getting in my way upon having to destroy them, let alone in being shown having to go and fight them all on your own the way you just did, but instead rather go and stick and move as a unit together, then we will be just fine, so as long as you don't go and mess things up for us even more than what you already have, Goku, with Vegeta then being shown
the hell I did.
Good, that's the way. Not so tough now without having your precious Dark Masters running around and barking.
Man, air that bitch out, Gohan. Don't hesitate.
Vegeta questions, or it's almost like
blast that nigga.
Doubled our ability to truly make a comeback here against you, whilst assuming that you had us all figured out when in reality you didn't. And so now go and finish that coward off and be done with him for good down there, Gohan, with Beast Gohan having to then respond, and as I just want you to know here and now that you and your kind had done enough damage in having to show us on just how dangerous you demons can truly be when given the right
fuck that. Don't talk to that nigga. Blast him.
And since I will no longer longer stand idly by and having to watch as any of this continues for the sake of both my family alongside my friends. I cannot go and allow for you and your kind to continue to threaten the ones that I love, Gohan continues, because the longer we allow for this to go and continue, then the greater the odds will end up being in having us go and lose everything that we've been fighting to protect. And so, because of this very fact, this here between us finally ends now. And so better you than our friends and family, since you had
Okay, he did blast. That bitch did a 180? A whole U-turn? What the hell?
Just go and do yourself a favor and close your eyes if you need to, because this ends here and now once and for all, and so now say goodbye. But then it was only just within that very moment as Gohan let out a blast with his very own energy attack now being shown being redirected was when Gohan then went
now
on
who
to
did
continue.
that?
Wait, what the? My blast? What did you just do? Gohan shouts. Whoa, hey,
All he did was put his hands up.
to quickly shout, and just where in the world is that thing going? Unless no.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Something's pulling that energy blast away.
He really you saved that nigga? You saved this nigga? Why you couldn't save Gira? Where was you at when Gira needed your help, nigga?
This happened before when that demon had been taken away moments before I had destroyed him. But then it was only shockingly enough now from out of nowhere within this very moment as Raijin's hand was shown to appear from a wormhole in stopping and preventing Gohan's attack from having to destroy Zaru was when Raijin went on to quickly address Universe 7 by responding. So this is where the epicenter of defiance along with the resistance that I've been sensing has been festering from. Now is it? Because now that I've already claimed 2 of the 3 configuration cubes that I seek, Raijin continues, I can sense.
Did we miss the whole shit with Demigra? Or did he skip it?
The final piece having to resonate from within this very world, and while you have attempted to go and hide it well, it wasn't ever going
put your hands up, bro.
Well enough for me to go and not come to find it, Raijin says. For I did not come here to negotiate, nor did I come here to simply parlay with any of you creatures, but to simply retrieve what belongs to me by any means necessary. That means that I will go and need to everything down within this universe in order for me to go and have it, then I won't go on to waste a single moment in having to do it if it means getting what I am after, even if it's at your own expense, Raijin continues. And so now heed my words and listen very closely to what it is that I'm about to go and say to you, because unlike how it was shown in having to be before, I will not go on to fail a second time in fulfilling my destiny, whether it just so happens to come at the expense of both mortals, gods, and demons alike, Raijin continues, as I will go and tear away at what I must in order to have what it is that I seek. And since you and your universe refuse to accept the circumstances
ain't gonna hide that cube, man.
set themselves into motion with, you may have went and done away and have found for a method to go and destroy one of my dark masters, but now that I am here, and now that I am aware of the troublesome issues that you and your universe appear to be causing for me and my legion, this here will be as far as I will allow for any of you to go, because from this moment onwards, Raijin continues, I am going to be the one who will be dictating and controlling the outcome of what our battles and how they will be waged here within this universe, creatures. And as you may have went and found a way in being lucky enough to have wiped away with Gira, but I, on the other hand,
don't say her name.
So easy to go and deal with as she just was, and so this is where your struggle ends. As Beerus went on to then look on by then quickly responding, wait a minute now, hold on, is that really the same demon that was shown in having to reveal himself against us from before? But that can't be, because just look at him, with Goku then chiming in, it is. And
it is that nigga.
Is that incredibly massive battle power that I'm sensing here too. So this was what the Dark Masters had went and used those Super Dragon Balls for, as the Demon Zaru then went on to quickly address Gohan by laughing and responding, oh, not so high in.
Not you talking shit again, bro. You have to talk shit when your nigga pulled up, nigga. I ain't trying to hear nothing you gotta say, bro.
Mighty now, aren't you there, Saiyan? Because now you've done it with Gohan.
Man, blast that nigga, man.
Wait a minute now, but that can't not be the same dark god of the underworld that had went and showed up here just a few hours ago when he did now, could it? Because, well, not only is he visibly shown having to be much different than how he was before, but that power, it's unreal. With Raijin responding, you creatures from the Seventh should have already expected for my arrival here again after I had went and warned you that I was going to return.
Even we sweating? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, man.
Just because I happen to go and look a little differently doesn't mean that I have forgotten about what it was that you have attempted against me here while in my elder state, Raijin says. Only this time, I in fact don't plan on leaving until I have what I came here to collect, you dirty little worms. But would you go and take a look at that? Of all of the places and of all of the beings in the vast, trembling multiverse, you, Whis, you in fact just so happen to be the one who is cradling the final configuration.
No, I'm not.
Cube that
Oh, no,
I
no, no.
see,
This
just
a
as I
music box,
assumed that
fam.
you would after having to watch Zalama
This a music
crumble
box, man. It
beneath
helps me
my
sleep at night, bro.
continues, and now that I am just simply one step closer towards doing the impossible, history will forever change once I have what I came here for. As this now accelerates everything, as you are now the final obstacle that stands between myself and the full reconstruction of the very multiverse itself, and having to go as far as to see on what lies beyond it. And since you are now officially a walking target, Raijin says, and I can only go as far as to promise you here and now that I won't let you disappear into the void with my cube until I am to go and pry it from your cold angelic hands, which I
would have hid that bitch in a time chamber. That like, you know what I'm saying? A random ass time chamber that no one would have knew about. You feel me? Oh my god, bro. Since there's so goddamn many of them bitches, I'll just say, here you go. We open a portal in a random one and threw that bitch in there. Ugh, man.
Already planned to do, with Goku being shown having to turn around and
Damn.
to shout, "Hey Whis, if this is true, then you've got to go and try to get as far away from him as you possibly can." As Beerus then went on to quickly respond, "Oh no, this demon doesn't. I have seen all that it is that I want to stand to go and handle for one day, and
Beerus,
this
stop.
time, you aren't going to be going and getting away from me that easily, especially now that I have you exactly where I need for you to be, demon."
Beerus, stop.
You hereby come to ultimately know your place in realizing the grave mistake that you had went and made by crossing into my universe, along with having you pay for everything that you and your legion have done in turning everything upside down and on its head upon having to come here, demon. But then, it was only just within these very moments as Beerus was shown having to strike Raijin, as Beerus' strike had literally no effect on Raijin whatsoever, was when Raijin then went on to quickly respond, "You still don't choose to try and understand, but would rather rely on blind faith along with a false title in hopes of trying to further prove your point and strike fear within the hearts of those whom you oppose. But
That
just
nigga
so
ate
we
that.
are clear here, Beerus, you could never truly go and live up to your title as being a true and fearsome god of destruction, when here I stand before you in being a far greater destroyer than you could ever possibly dream of having to live up to, and yet you're the one with the title as being one when you are not," Raijin says, "as you have always and will forever continue to be nothing more than a mere puppet in favor of those who rank above your very nature, and because you will always play second fiddle to those angels and Omni-Kings alike," Raijin continues, "I, on the other hand, am far more than what you could ever hope and dream of becoming, for it is I
Let's
who
go,
currently
bestie.
sits at the
Right,
very
bestie.
top of that pecking order while you continue to coexist beneath me, which is exactly on how this shall remain from here on, always and forever, Beerus." As both
Always and
Vegeta and
forever.
Goku were then shown having to quickly make their way towards Raijin and dashing towards his direction, with Goku responding, "Whoa, Vegeta, we are hereby left with no other choice, and so we have to get in there and try, even if we just so happen to fail to go and make a difference
Hey,
in having
you
to
know what I'm
stop
saying?
him.
Try.
So let's
You
hurry
know what I
and go and
mean?
close right in before he goes and makes the first move against us instead." As Zoro then went on to quickly respond, "Oh, that was close, but since Lord Raijin appears to have their full and undivided attention here, now's my chance to go and hurry back and make my way into the demon realm before it's too late."
You running like a
But
bitch?
then,
You
it was
ain't
only
gonna
just
help your
when
mans?
Beerus' body being shown having to crash directly directly into Gohan, as Whis went on to then further make his presence known by having to get
low-key, he might kill his ass.
from further having to fly out was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, "Oh dear, easy there, careful now, for you do not need to go and have to worry, as I am here for you all and will continue to go and do so until the bitter end, regardless of what ends up happening." As
W.
Raijin
Whis.
went on to then further freeze Goku and Vegeta in place by then responding, "And then there's the two of you, proud and arrogant Saiyan warriors,
not the force choke.
Goku and Vegeta, as if your battle against that fallen angel Merno had went and taught you anything, for it should have ultimately been on when to know to back down, rather than continue to engage in fighting against an enemy that you both simply know that you are powerless to destroy. And while I honestly have no interest in having to go and deal with either one of you, since you already are both extremely far beneath me," Raijin continues, "you are both but a joke through my very own eyes, because Merno should have ended you both a very long time ago when he had the chance, but since I am now left to go and deal with his failures, allow for me to go and have you both use your heads and
gave my nigga
a
CTE.
reminder on why you will never hope and ever have
Broly,
to come
don't do it,
close
Broly.
enough in beating me in battle, no matter what it is that you go and try against me." But then, it was only shockingly enough now from out of nowhere, as Super Saiyan 3 Broly went on to make his presence known in wrapping himself around Raijin and squeezing him within a bear hug.
Crazy bear hug.
Raijin then went on to quickly respond, "What the throw, and just what is this? For do you honestly really think that this is going to somehow work here against me, you primitive beast? Please, don't insult me with such a primal attempt of trying to go and get the better of me, whilst not having a single clue as to what you are truly going up against here, Saiyan.
Don't
So the
do
harder
it,
you
Broly.
attempt to squeeze, the more you expose your pitiful desperation," Raijin continues.
Get up off me.
"And that is simply because sheer size and strength alone isn't what forges a dangerous fighter, Saiyan, but it is rather the size of the fight and the levels that you are willing to suffer through within that forge the most dangerous and ruthless warriors the world has ever seen. And since you wouldn't understand, given how you are not from the demon realm," Raijin proceeds upon being shown having to slowly pull Broly's arms away, "allow for me to hereby go and show you that just because you're big does it not mean that you are stronger than those who were forged within the fires of darkness long
I don't think
before
my
your
boy
very
thought
own
that. You feel me?
time, Saiyan, as I am going to come to make you slowly regret it not surrendering yourself to me when you were given the chance to go and do so, because while you
Stirring
could
up
prove
check, my
yourself to
boy.
be rather useful to our cause in serving directly under me as one of my strongest demon warriors throughout the entirety of the demon realm itself, let this now go and serve as being a small reminder to you that you will never go and be strong enough on your own to stop me from achieving my ultimate goals, Broly. And if you had been wise enough
Even know my
earlier
nigga
and
name.
submitted
Oh, shit.
yourself to my very will, could you have been a magnificent weapon of destruction within the ranks of my demon army, but you had went and made your decision even long before I had arrived within your universe, which goes and tells me everything it is that I
Walk
need
it
to
off,
know
Broly.
about
Walk it off.
you. And so if this was going to be the very best that you little worms could do in using all that you possibly could in trying to stand across for me during this battle, Raijin says, then go and do yourselves a favor before I return to you and simply stay down in the meantime. But then, it was only just upon with Raijin being shown having to walk right past Vegeta and Goku, with Vegeta being shown having to grab onto Raijin's leg, was when Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, "Don't you dare go and take another damn step closer, demon, for I don't care on how much pain I'm in or how many times you go and knock me down, because the only thing that truly matters is for you to know that we won't stop fighting you until you are reduced to
Vegeta,
nothing more than
get your hands off that man.
dust. And while
Get
you
your hands
go
off that
about
nigga,
your
bro.
destiny and talk about the inevitability of your
See what I'm saying?
getting what you're after, Vegeta
I thought he was gonna do a point and shoot that nigga. I had a feeling he was gonna do that. Get your hands off of him, bro.
He simply didn't earn, but had rather went went and used every other method that he could in order to convince himself otherwise, Vegeta continues. And so if you truly want to win, then you'll have to go and crush the very spirit of every warrior standing in your path here, as I promise you that this isn't going to be something that you will be able to go and accomplish so easily, D-Man, with Raijin responding, and just who exactly do you think you are by going and placing your dirty hands on me and attempting to prevent me from obtaining my destiny, mortal?
I tried to tell him.
You are nothing but a worm, and so now allow for me to go and make something extremely clear to you so that you may fully be able to go and understand, Raijin says. And as both yourself along with every single insignificant soul who calls this universe their home are not worthy of my time. For I didn't go and come here to go and trade philosophies with weak and broken warriors such as yourself, when I had came here instead to go and lay claim over what is mine to have, which ultimately extends and goes far beyond you feeble creatures. However, you say that I will go and need to crush your spirits if I truly hope to be victorious over you, but I already have, and you just haven't went and realized it yet, Raijin continues. For your will may be strong, Saiyan, but I am not here to go and do battle against will, for I am here to rewrite the very fabric of reality and history itself. And if I'll need to go and start by setting the example with you as my victim,
that'd be no nigga writing this. Oh my god. About to take my goat off the census, bro.
As Whis went on to make his presence known,
dynamic entity
by attacking Raijin was when Whis went on to then quickly shout, "That's enough, for you have went and caused far too much damage as it is for me to go and stand idly by and having to watch you go and attempt to destroy these mortals while I'm here to go and aid them, and as I will not allow for you to go and hereby advance in your quest and watching you further plunge the multiverse into even more chaos than what it was, and especially now that you are far too dangerous to be allowed to go unchecked, which I will now go and do what I must in order to stop you from succeeding, Demon," with Raijin responding, "Why, you insufferable angelic creature. For you and your kind have always been the most troublesome bunch that always had went and managed to get in the way of each and every single one of my plans, and having my suffering all stem because of you, but no matter then," Raijin says, "because now that I know as to where the third and final configuration cube lies, I will go on to stop at nothing to have what I am rightfully owed and what rightfully goes and belongs to me. And as the only reason as to why you are still breathing," Raijin continues upon being shown having to push Whis away, "is simply because I want you to go and feel every bit of what I had felt when you and your kind had went and sealed me away, and as the very essence of isolation, agony, and torment, and for the crimes of being what you are, which is an angel and a creation of the same system that had imprisoned me for generations upon generations and having to leave me to rot until the end of my days. And instead of using the very same power that your fallen angelic brother Merno had to rip you apart and ending your life as quickly as I could, and as I am going to go and make you feel every bit of the pain that I had went and felt when both your brother and your father had imprisoned me, Whis. As your siblings along with your father will ultimately come to sense the void of where you once stood," Raijin continues, "but by the time they go and come to find out on what had happened to you, it will already be too late in having anyone try and do anything that they could muster in stopping me," Raijin says, "and so you can go and try as much as you'd like in attempting to try to best me if you think that it'll honestly be enough to go and win you the day, because in the end,
not enough. Unfortunately, it's not enough. It's not enough, unfortunately, bro."
And with Merno's divine knowledge infused into my very soul, I am no longer bound by the limitations of flesh or magic, Raijin continues, for I have become a weapon of absolute annihilation. And since you and your kind are the only living creatures remaining who can still stand to challenge my authority, Raijin continues, I am going to go and take this time to go and do unto you just as you and your kind had went and done unto me, while I slowly go go and grind you into the dirt where you rightfully belong before I am to have what you just so happen to hold in your hand. But understand this, Angel, that you can go and make no mistake about the fact that I will go and get my hands on that final configuration cube from you, whether I am to go and pry it from you,
throw it into the void,
or I tear it from your lifeless corpse as one
throw it into the void.
I will not cease my destruction until I have what I have been searching for, Raijin continues. And as I am going to hurt you in ways that your divine anatomy isn't quite ready for, and since you seem to be guarding the one thing that I am after, I am going to go and punish you for every second that you delay my destiny, and for every generation that you and your kind had stood by in silence and watched as I rotted beyond the edges of time itself is something that I will also go and make you pay dearly for, Whis.
Goku, get up!
For both your neutrality along with your
That nigga was
apathy,
slump.
you will also be paying that final price with your very existence
Was either you two?
itself once this is all said and done, Angel. And while I do not have the need to go and exert much of myself out here against you, and considering that Merno's very power is what makes up the majority of my newly combined strength, Raijin continues, and it's time that you go and suffer for what your father had went and put me through, because since he's no longer around, I'm going to go and make sure that you wind up paying his price for him, as it was only right then and there now during that
I don't think so.
for the Beyond Dragon
No!
Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Merno sequel, manga chapter
Them niggas didn't get up, bro. Them boys got hit with CTE, and them boys never got back up.
number 37 special then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead.
That is crazy. I gotta see Gira. Where Gira at? My baby. R.I.P. Gira. I miss you. Baby, come back. Let me stop. Anyway. Oh my god. I don't see how they're gonna win this. This altercation. He dropping every damn body, bro. Oh man. He gonna get that cube. Like, he gonna get that cube. You know what I'm saying? Whis, you should have threw that bitch in a vortex, a wormhole, a random thing. Like, I don't know where that bitch at. I just chunked that hole. I don't know where it went. Have fun looking for it, nigga. You feel me? Oh man, this is a bad spot we in right now. No cap. This nigga pulled up, bro. And he also demigraph. Like, let me make sure I ain't skip this whole shit with demigraph, bro. I gotta make sure. Hold on. Wait, oh, he changed his profile pic. Oh, that shit look hard. That's Goku and Vegeta. That Vegito. That shit look hard. Let me see. Playlist. Going down the playlist. Okay, that's last episode. Okay, never mind. You know what? We probably gonna get like a flashback. Probably. With him confronting Demigra. Or not. Could say fuck it. You feel me? Oof. 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 He got 2 out of 3. Oh my god, bro. It's not looking good. And then on top of that, we still got Black Frieza. I should say freaking Dark Master Black Frieza. I shouldn't even say Black Frieza, just Dark Master Frieza now, bro. Oh my god. In that back pocket. Like he lost a Dark Master, but he already had another one in the weights. Oh my god. And then those goddamn Shadow Demons have not come back into play yet. Yeah, bro. Unless we somehow can free the Omni King. Yeah, we're cooked. Cause also, oh my god, he kills the llama. Yeah, we got like 24 hours for the Super Dragon Balls. Oh my god. So unless we can free the Grand Priest, nigga, we are cooked. Oh my god, bro. They were training, but they weren't training hard enough, I guess. Damn. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. You guys enjoyed this reaction, man. Hit the video up with a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Roll to 3K. Subscribe, man. Follow you on Patreon, Tweet to the game channel, link in the description down below. Got the Alex, keep up to 2 milli. I wonder what he's gonna do after this. Is he gonna do like a whole new manga, or he gonna do a sequel to like one of the previous ones, like the Return of the Fallen Gods, or the Top 5 Strongest? Cause I know he did the cliffhanger for the Fallen Gods with the Dark God Destructors or some shit like that. I can't wait to see that one. But yeah, anyway, love y'all, and I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.